Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about why Rockstar needs to add this feature into the game within their next update. And that feature that I'm talking about today is customizing Pegasus vehicles. So I think this is something I can safely say we've all wanted for a while now, ever since Rockstar began introducing a lot of Pegasus vehicles into the game. So after many DLCs, when they would introduce new airplanes or new vehicles that would require the Pegasus service, that's when a lot of requests started coming in. And also, as we got more in depth with our car customization, a lot of people started to say, well, what about some of our other vehicles? What about Pegasus vehicles, planes, and boats? Why can't customization be applied to them? So that's exactly what I'm going to be talking to you guys about today, why it needs to be added into the game, and also how it could work perfectly. Rockstar, if you're watching this system is perfect, and you can absolutely use this to make Pegasus vehicle customization and modification a beautiful tool in Grand Theft Auto 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online. So I was on the GTA Online subreddit, and a user, SansaXII, posted a topic, how customizing Pegasus vehicles could work. And their post kind of inspired me to make this video and also show you guys how it could be done, because that's something that their post really didn't talk about. So let's start. Where would Pegasus customization take place? Like many of the car shops in game, you've got Los Santos Custom Shop that are spread around the world. You've got, Benny's Original Motorworks and Strawberry. But where would you customize Pegasus vehicles? Well, there's actually a perfect location, and it can be done at the hangar at Los Santos International Airport. So I'm sure many of you guys have seen this hangar, you just didn't know what its use was, and honestly, outside of a few VIP missions and outside of maybe something done in the campaign, there's absolutely no use for this big, beautiful Pegasus hangar. It just sits here at the end of Los Santos International Airport with nothing going on. And also, a little bit to the left of it, if you're facing the hangar, there are more Pegasus storage areas with a big Pegasus shield on the front. So it definitely seems as if Rockstar has staked Pegasus's claim in the game with various hangars and airport locations, but never actually decided to use them. So I guess that solves our first problem right there. Where would you customize the Pegasus vehicles? Because a lot of people would say, well, they're really big. How would you get them into a place to customize them? Problem solved right here. This hangar could fit any size vehicle from a Titan all the way down to a Karen Technical. And what about boats, you say, or things that can't just find their way into a hangar? Well, here's where phase number 2 could work. You could actually walk into one of the corners of the hangar, let's just say. There would be a blue activation marker, and when you step into it, you'll go into like a garage or like a mission maker where you could then choose from any vehicle you wanted. So it could work two ways. You could either drive or fly your vehicle into the hangar, or number 2, you could select it from a menu, thus being able to select other vehicles that obviously you couldn't get inside, like boats and whatnot. So that would be a pretty cool system. So once again, you would either drive or fly your vehicle in, and then it would work exactly like the Los Santos Customs or Benny's Original Motorworks, or you would select it from the menu and it would spawn in the middle of the hangar, and then you would be able to start customizing. So now I'm going to show you what that could kind of be like. So throughout this video and throughout the next few minutes, you're going to see me just pull up a few Pegasus vehicles, and I'm just going to start customizing them using a mod menu called Menu. Now, this is why I think this could be something so easy to upgrade and implement into the game, because the technology already exists. Rockstar has already implemented the ability for these Pegasus vehicles to be customized. They have their own categories for modifying the paint, the armor, the windows, the neons. Everything can be modified. So the technology is in the game. Modders are taking advantage of it, who are creating these mod menus in single player, and you can create some incredible stuff. So for example, I've made like a bright blue Hydra. If you wanted to take the missiles off of it, you could. I mean, that would kind of be counterproductive because the Hydra is a military jet. But at the same rate, you could customize this any way you wanted to, which I think would be very cool. Now, do you remember a few months ago, or I guess almost a year ago at this time, when Rockstar was teasing the free mode events update, they showed off this photo right here. and it was a customized armored version or militarized version of the Insurgent. And everyone was saying, does that mean custom Pegasus vehicles are going to come into the game? And it turns out that that wasn't the case. It was just for a mission. Well, here's me customizing the Insurgent, just adding custom wheels, changing the different paint jobs. You can make some amazing things. And like I said, all of this technology is here in the game because modders are able to use it to implement it into their mod menu. So those are just a few of the examples that I could come up with when I was trying to make content for this video. But I really do think that this could be something so easy that Rockstar could implement into the game. Very simple. It's better than just a standard storage hangar, and it will work for any and all Pegasus vehicles because you could even have the boats on trailers. Now, some optional features that I think would be pretty cool is moving on just past aesthetics and visual customization. What if you had the option to upgrade the engine and maneuverability upgrades? And this could even be done by encouraging players to win land, air, and sea races. So if you wanted to get a better air vehicle to fly in races, you'd have to win more air races, thus unlocking customization options for the engine and other performance features inside of this hangar. That's something I think could be pretty epic and would be a super great idea. So not only does this make sense because the technology is in the game, but at the same rate, I'm starting to think that it might be a necessity because of the sheer amount of Pegasus vehicles that we own in Grand Theft Auto Online. So I don't know about you guys, but I own a ton. I think it's like 15 to 20. And every time I pull down that menu, I've got to scroll through a bunch of different ones. And sometimes it can be hard to find the one you really want to go for. So here's where kind of phase 2 comes in. This hangar could also be used very similar to a feature that Rockstar added into the game with further adventures in finance and felony. Rockstar been adding some great features lately, and one that I really loved was the gun safe. So the gun safe not only allows us to store our weapons, but also create a kind of customized loadout, thus eliminating the spam we have in our inventory, but also just allowing us to have the ones we want in actual use, which is great. And I think that this hangar could be used for the exact same feature. If you wanted to store Pegasus vehicles, you could. If you wanted to get rid of all of them, you could. If you wanted to only have a few out, like let's say the tugboat and the Hydra, you totally could. And finally, last but not least, what I think this hangar shop should ultimately have is the ability to sell them. That's right. If you want to sell your vehicles because you no longer use them, you should. Pegasus vehicles are the only thing in game that don't allow you to make some money back by getting rid of them. I guess you could say that, and now the CEO offices. Everything else you can either trade in, or you can just totally sell and you can get a portion of your money back. So I think that would be a win-win situation for everyone. Rockstar could obviously introduce customization options that would cost money, thus, I guess, encouraging people to spend their money. But at the same rate, if people wanted to use it as just a selling service and an organization firm, they could do the exact same thing as well. So I really do think this idea is a slam dunk and a home run. It would make organizing Pegasus vehicles better. It would make customizing Pegasus vehicles so much fun because the technology is in the game. I mean, just check out what my good friend Foxy Snaps just did. He's the one who created the thumbnail today, so check him out in the description too. I literally told him, I was like, hey, I'm making a video talking about Pegasus customization, how it could work. And he's like, hold on, I've got a really good idea. And then he just whipped up this amazing photo. So that's the sort of thing I'm talking about, where people can go in there, create an army of customized Pegasus vehicles to just really have an amazing time with in Grand Theft Auto Online. So he created this, and I'm sure, like many of us, we'd be able to get some amazing and crazy combinations for these Pegasus vehicles. But that's just the sort of stuff I'm talking about, just making Grand Theft Auto Online that much more customizable and dynamic, which is super neat. And I know a lot of the examples I used in this video were radical and crazy, like putting neons and whatnot, but if you simply wanted to just put your crew logo on your Hydra or whatnot to let everyone know it was yours, that's something you could totally do as well. So the possibilities are endless here, and it can just lead to some amazing experiences, like I mentioned, for Grand Theft Auto Online. And it would also make more of a use for the airport as well. I'm always stating that we need to make use of areas in the game. The airport has so many cool things like these Pegasus hangars, yet they're just sitting there idle and no one ever uses them because they don't have a purpose. So let me know what you guys think about this idea in the comments section down below. I'll leave a link in the description as well if you want to check it out for yourself. I think it's amazing. If you want Rockstar to see it, be sure to drop a like on the video. That would be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With out of the way, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.